So here we are, we're back from the woods. We got the 395 here, which today we didn't use because Chris wouldn't carry it for me because I can't carry this heavy son of a gun.
Because he's too old.
Rips.
He's too old.
This saw rips. I mean, rips. We're only 10 months apart. Mom and Dad were pretty busy back in the day, so we're only 10 months apart. So
we need to
older than me.
We need to touch it up a little bit. So we're going to sharpen up the saws for tomorrow.
Yes.
And then
when we go back tomorrow, I got a new saw. I think I might on another video. I got it cleaned up and I got it running. I'm gonna try it right here, but
why don't you just show it to them? It's special. It's a special saw.
You want a beast? Here's the beast. Look at that. Ain't that cute? So we're gonna cut a tree with
We're gonna cut a tree down.
It might take us a couple hours or a couple days. I don't know, but
so come back and we're gonna cut it down.
We're gonna try it here quick. We're gonna
start it up. Start it up. Put it away before I get hurt.
Look at that. I can go like this with it.
Okay, we're in my brother's garage here, and we're going to talk about chainsaws. He's got more chainsaws and been using them longer than I have. I've been just serious the last like 5-6 years, but you've been serious for how many years?
About 30 years.
So he's got more experience than I do. So
first a little bit. Just a little
bit. So what did you start with saws?
I started out with Huskies because that's what we could get locally. We get parts, service. And the guys who were working for, I was actually working off my saws as I was learning how to cut 30 years ago. Yeah. So they would buy me a saw and I would just work it off. They take it on my check, and that's what we had locally, and that's what we got, and that's what I grew up with. I mean, they got steels locally now. Yeah. They're a good saw. I've used them, but this is, once you got a pile of saws and you want to change parts and stuff,
right, exactly.
It's hard to switch brands because nothing fits nothing.
Well,
so
especially
you either go all Husky or you go all steel, and they're both top notch.
You can use both, but you just got to have more money. But what's nice about having, I think, like you said, is that you run a lot of the 372s because you can, if you break apart on one, you can take it from an old one.
Yep, You always got part saws.
Exactly.
In handles and springs.
So what was the first Husqvarna you had? What was the first one?
272, I think. No, I had 257. Then I went to 272, and then that 272 went to a 371. Then they went to a 372. They keep changing the numbers so you can't keep up with parts. Is what it comes down to.
But the one now,
this is my baby here. This is the 395. Yeah. Which I hate to carry.
So now this is what, the 3?
That's a 372.
Right.
That's a 372. This is a 372.
But this is a G, isn't it?
Well, this is the heated handlebars on this.
The G, right.
This is my cold weather because I'm old and cold. I got arthritis in my hands because I'm stupid.
And for those of you that I've never run a heated handlebar saw before, but today we did some cutting and these babies get hot. I mean, too hot to touch with your bare hands. You got to have gloves on. But when it's below, like 15 below.
It was 18 below this morning. Yeah. When you get old like us, you got to have it. I can't do it. Yeah. I got fingers that got smashed and no circulation. If I didn't have that heated handlebars and heat packs in my gloves, I'm done. Yeah. I can't do it. Yeah, I can barely do it now because we're old and feeble and tripping and falling. I'm
thinking the next saw I buy is probably going to have heated handlebars. I don't have one. I've got 4 saws, but I don't have heated handlebars, and I would like it. It would be nice. So you use those most of the time, and you run 20-inch bars, and the reason is?
That's what I've always had, and I've got so many bars ahead and so many chains ahead. The 24 is nice. You see the big firewood I cut. The 24 is nice. It's like,
But in the woods, when we were cutting the other day, I noticed that the 20-inch bar, just for getting around in the woods when you got all the crap to crawl through.
We're crawling through the brush.
It's nice to have a shorter bar.
Yes.
Unless till you run into a 40-inch tree.
Well, we got her down.
40-inch tree, you can still cut.
We got her down. Yeah. The 24 is nice if you don't have to fight the brush. Right. I'm in a snake hole all the time. It's always bent over spring poles and crap, and it's like, Jesus, you just you get mad. You're sweating. All I want to do is walk from here to there, and I can't. I think, man, I got to cut 10 things to walk 2 feet.
Right.
You see, I don't know if you see it on the video, all the
Yeah.
crap.
It's bad, yeah.
It's a snake hole.
But I went to 24-inch bars a couple of years ago just because I'm cutting in log piles, and what I noticed right away is my back doesn't get sore because you're not like this all the time. You're more like this. Like Buckin says, Buckin Billy Ray, stand up and buck. It does make a difference to have your back straight. It helps. Plus, if you get stuff that's 24 inches, it's easy to cut through. I like the 24-inch bar. I don't think I would want one any longer if you're cutting, especially in log piles.
No, I got a 28 over there. I'm saving that for a special tree.
Yeah.
It's hanging on a wall.
Oh, yeah, I see it over there.
I bought it for a buddy of mine that said he wanted it because I was going to a trade show where I could get stuff cheap. He said, oh, I only wanted a chain. I thought he wanted the bar in the chain. I'm like, I didn't want the 28-inch bar, but now I got a saw that can at least handle it.
Oh, when you put it on here sometime, you might end up liking it a lot.
Well, if I'm going to go cut a 60-inch tree someday, that's fine.
Or if you're cutting even 30-inch pieces in your wood yard.
The problem is, I'm so used to the 20-inch bar, I know where the tip of my, I know where the tip of my bar is at all times. When I go to 24, boom, I hit the ground. God! Now I got to sharpen again.
Yeah.
So
that's why I went 100%.
I stay with the 20s. Yeah. I got the 24, but this saw rips. I don't know if you guys probably saw.
This is a new one, yeah. So talk about.
You guys probably saw this on a video a little bit. The 395.
The other day, yeah.
The other day, whatever day we were, it's awesome. This saw kicks.
It's got power.
You got to hang on. It's like it's gonna jerk right out of your hands.
What I noticed is when you finish your cut and you're pulling out, and you got it at
you better back off.
You got to back off because if that bar hits a little bit on one side or the other on your cut, if you're cutting, especially like
it throws you back.
It just kicks you back like a mule. It's like you got to hang on.
This has got balls.
It cuts.
This has got balls here.
But the thing is, lift it up once. Can you lift it or you want help?
No.
It's heavy.
I'm old and I'm weak.
So this weighs how much compared to the other ones?
I think it's about 5 pounds.
But that's a lot. 5 pounds.
I'd have to look online or whatever, but I'll tell you what, it's 50% more than this saw.
Power-wise.
And power-wise. Yeah. 50% is like, that's a lot.
And it's an alcoholic.
It likes gas. It likes to drink. It likes to drink. It just... Yeah.
So here it is. It's the Husky 395. It's a big saw, and it is heavy. Just lifting, it's like, yep, it's a lot heavier. You feel it right away.
The reason I bought this saw was you saw at the firewood pile, that big maple I got and the big oversized wood that I get because I get it reasonable priced. I bought it for that. I didn't buy it for in the woods. If I was 25 years old, yeah, I could handle this saw. I could spin it under my top of my head. And that was a long time ago.
A long time ago.
So now it's for the big hardwood I cut.
But for everyday cutting, I had smaller saws, and he always said, you got to get a real saw. Get them.
Yeah, he was cutting like with a rancher. That's like a baby.
Yeah, 55cc saw, which is nice for lemon for around the house.
Yeah, it's like cutting a branch.
But if you want to cut a lot of stuff, you need a 70cc saw.
This is what you can handle. Most people.
Yeah, and these are 372s. And then these two right here are the new ones.
Well, then they went to the.
These are the 572 XPs, which those are mine. These two right here, which I really like. And then these are older ones I have. These are the 576.
They keep changing the number.
Series. The 5 is the series of the saw.
Right. So they went from a 372 to a 575. Then they went to a 576. Right. Now they went to a 572, which that's the auto tune and all that stuff.
That auto tune is nice. You just run it. You don't have to adjust.
So there's all these different combinations of stuff that they keep you confused. It's like cars,
yes, but one thing that I have to say that I am somewhat prejudiced on with the Huskies, the 5, the first number, the 3, the 5, or whatever, is the series, and then the second digits after that, the 72,
that's the CCs,
76, the 75. The 95.
95.
That's the CCs. It's pretty easy to figure out.
Yeah.
Whereas with the stills,
I don't know what them numbers mean.
It's all over the place. It's like, what?
Right.
It's a 660, what? And how many CCs? What's the 80s? It's confusing.
I think the 660 is comparable to this. I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
I do got to say, I've run...
Isn't there an 880 or something?
No, they make 1 or 2 bigger than this.
Oh, well, Husqvarna makes a 31 20. And that's 120 cc.
It's like you better have somebody backing you up on that
literally
saw.
is a West Coast saw.
Yeah, that's for cutting redwoods. I mean, you know,
Big stuff.
we don't have
Big
redwoods here.
spruce and
We're
big
cutting
buck
we're
firs.
cutting big. You know, white pine here is 40 inches, a big tree. That's what we got.
They do have bigger trees, but they don't have hardwood.
No, they don't have hardwood.
That's
And
one
I'll
thing
tell you
that's-
what, you tear into a hard maple today,
Yeah. There's a
that hard maple at 0,
or 15.
it's
below.
like cutting bone. It's like cutting bone. You just in the saw is sharp. It's just.
Yeah, even I noticed yesterday.
like, Jesus.
When I was cutting yesterday with this.
I've snapped chains at
Really?
Many times.
So now this 395, I was cutting some hard maple yesterday, and it was 15 below, and you know, in the beginning it's cutting good, but then right away, I mean, that maple, it's so hard.
Well, once you're cutting the whole bar, it's just
Yeah, it chatters.
that saw's working.
And even if it's just slightly dull, you notice right away.
Yeah, and the problem is a lot of that firewood I have delivered, it might have been set someplace. There might be some dirt in the bark,
Right.
and the bark is thick, and it collects one little pebble
right.
is all it takes. You're cutting all of a sudden like, oh, I got a sharp. Damn it. You're cutting out in the woods is better because your standing trees are not
Clean wood. Yep.
clean wood in the wintertime.
Wintertime especially, because you're not dragging it through the mud. That's where you
Right.
guys down south or in countries where there's no snow, winter cutting is beautiful because your wood
Yeah.
is clean. It's just so
Yeah.
nice. When I get a truckload of wood in and it was fresh cut, I know it's clean wood. But if I bought it from wood that was sitting in their yard, I know it was loaded on a loading area. So
Sucks.
and then it was loaded onto a truck, and then it was unloaded into the wood yard, and then it was shoved around. You get it, and it's just caked full of mud. It just sucks.
It sucks.
You got to sharpen twice as much.
How many chains do you want to buy?
Yeah, that's what it comes down to. So anyway, tomorrow we're going back to the woods, and we're going to cut some more big trees. And so that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Please hit the like, subscribe buttons. You know what to do. Share it with somebody you know, friends, wives, neighbors, cousins, girlfriends, or your other girlfriend, whatever, right?
Whatever.
We'll see you tomorrow in the woods. Get outside and do some cutting. Good night.
Irene.
There you go.